Good morning, you're watching Doordarshan News and this is the news for Hearing Impaired. I am Nancy Kohli and with me is Rajni Kalra. Let's begin with the headlines. Bodies of 17 martyred Jawans in Sunday's Uri terror attack to be brought to Srinagar today. Union Home Secretary Rajiv Maharishi to visit Jammu and Kashmir today to take stock of the security situation. Pakistan is a terrorist state and should be isolated, says Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh in the wake of the Uri terror attack. The Home Minister reviews security situation at a high-level meeting, briefs Prime Minister Modi on the Uri attack. The Home Ministry issues alert for all airports across the country. All 4 terrorists who carried out the Uri terror attack belong to Jaish-e-Mohammed. Items with Pakistan's markings recovered from them. The Director General of Military Operations raises issue with the Pakistan DGMO. Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar reviews situation in Kashmir with the Army Chief and Commanders. Meets injured Jawans in Srinagar. President Pranab Mukherjee condemns outrageous terror attack in Uri, says India will not be cowed down and thwart the evil designs of terrorists. Prime Minister Narendra Modi assures the nation that those behind the attacks will not go unpunished. International community strongly condemns the Uri attack. Kaveri supervisory committee to meet in New Delhi today to decide on the quantum of water to be released to Tamil Nadu. And Spain blanked India 5-0 in the Davis Cup World Group playoff in New Delhi. After taking an unassailable lead of 3-0 on Saturday, Spain wins the remaining 2 matches to book a place in the World Group on Sunday. And now the news in detail. The bodies of 17 martyred Jawans in Sunday's Uri terror attack will be brought to Srinagar today. The soldiers were martyred in the attack after heavily armed terrorists stormed the army camp in the town in the early hours on Sunday. In a counter-action, the security forces gunned down 4 terrorists. At least 30 army personnel were also injured in a 3-hour gun battle. Meanwhile, Union Home Secretary Rajiv Maharishi will visit Jammu and Kashmir today to assess the situation in the wake of the Uri attack. During his visit, the Home Secretary will meet the top officials of the state government and take stock of the situation. All 4 terrorists who carried out the major attack on rear base of an army unit in Uri belong to Jaish-e-Mohammed. DGMO Lieutenant General Ranbir Singh said some items recovered from terrorists were carrying Pakistani markings. The DGMO lauded the role of the Indian Army, saying that the Army acted in an extremely professional manner. He said the brave sacrifice by the Army is something to be saluted and that any nefarious design by enemy will be thwarted by the Indian Army. Army Chief General Dalbir Singh rushed to Uri and took stock of the situation in the aftermath of the ghastly terror attack. He briefed Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar in the evening, who also reached Srinagar to take stock of the situation in the wake of the attack. In Srinagar, the Defence Minister met Jawans who were injured in the Uri terror attack. Prime Minister Narendra Modi strongly condemned the cowardly terror attack in Uri. The Prime Minister assured people of the country that those behind this despicable attack will not go unpunished. He said the service of soldiers to the nation will always be remembered. The Prime Minister spoke to the Home Minister and the Defence Minister on the situation. Earlier, Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh reviewed the security situation in a high-level meeting at his residence in New Delhi and briefed Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the attack. The Home Minister said that Pakistan is a terror state and it should be identified and isolated as such. The minister expressed disappointment over Pakistan's continued and direct support to terrorism and terror groups. He also said that there are definite and conclusive indications that the perpetrators of the Uri attack were highly trained, heavily armed and especially equipped. Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said that our neighbor is using terror to create menace in India, which is also supported by some stone pelters. Strongly condemning the deadly militant attack in North Kashmir, State Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti said it seems to be aimed at triggering fresh violence and creating a war-like situation in the region. While expressing anguish over the attack, she paid rich tributes to the 17 slain soldiers and extended heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and also prayed for the early recovery of those injured in the attack. Meanwhile, security has been beefed up along the line of control bordering Pakistan and the defense establishments. According to sources, the government has directed security agencies to launch a campaign to eliminate terrorists. President Pranab Mukherjee has strongly reacted to the Uri attack. In a tweet, the president has said that India will not be cowed down by such attacks, will thwart the evil designs of terrorists and their backers. Heartfelt condolences to the families of those bereaved in the Uri terror attack, prayers for speedy recovery of the injured. People across the political fraternity as well as defense experts have reacted strongly to the attacks and said that India should not take it lightly at all. There has been worldwide condemnation of the Uri terror attack as well. The United States has strongly condemned the terror attack in Uri. In a statement issued in Washington, the State Department spokesperson also extended condolences to the victims and their families. UK's Secretary of State for Foreign and Commonwealth Affairs spoke to the External Affairs Minister and condemned the Uri attack, saying that United Kingdom stands shoulder to shoulder with India in defeating the menace of terror. The Kaveri Supervisory Committee will meet in New Delhi today to decide on the quantum of water to be released by Karnataka to Tamil Nadu. The committee is analyzing the data given by Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and may defer its decision if the information provided is found to be inadequate. The panel had sought the information from them in its last meeting on 12 September. In an interim order on September 5th, the Supreme Court had asked Karnataka to release 15,000 cusecs of Kaveri water daily for the next 10 days to Tamil Nadu, leading to protests in parts of Karnataka. The Karnataka government had later approached the Supreme Court seeking modification of the interim order. Hearing the plea, the Supreme Court had then amended its order, directing Karnataka to release a reduced quantum of 12,000 cusecs of water daily to Tamil Nadu till 20th September. The Supreme Court will hear a plea of Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar-led Bihar government challenging the Patna High Court's order granting bail to gangster-turned-politician Mohammad Shahabuddin. The Bihar government on Friday moved the Supreme Court against the bail granted to Shahabuddin. The state government's petition came a few hours after the Supreme Court allowed a plea by Siwan resident Chandrakeshwar Prasad, whose 3 young sons were allegedly killed by Shahabuddin's henchmen over a decade ago, for an urgent hearing in his separate petition challenging the bail order. Shahabuddin, a former RJD member of parliament, allegedly has over 50 criminal cases against him and he has been convicted in 8 cases. He was released on bail on 7th September. In Arunachal Pradesh, the Bharati Janata Party has decided to give support from outside to the PPA government. This emerged after a joint legislature meeting between the People's Party of Arunachal and the BJP in Itanagar. It was attended by all the PPA and BJP MLAs along with BJP leader and convener of the Northeast Democratic Alliance, Himanta Biswa Sarma. Speaking later to the media, Sarma said PPA would be a part of the NEDA and Arunachal Pradesh government would be an NEDA government. He, however, denied the chance of PPA merging with the Bharati Janata Party. On to news now from Syria, where 4 airstrikes have hit rebel-held parts of Aleppo, the first raids there since a ceasefire began last Monday. Several people were reported to be injured in the attack. No one has claimed responsibility so far. The airstrikes came a day after the US airstrikes in Syria, intended to target Islamic State fighters, hit a Syrian army outpost, killing 62 soldiers. A halt to fighting around Aleppo and the delivery of desperately needed humanitarian aid were key components of the fragile deal that took effect last week. Russia has said the future of the truce is in doubt after the US-led coalition struck the Syrian army. In Russian parliamentary election held on Sunday, the ruling United Russia Party has 46% of the vote in preliminary poll results. The exit polls have also indicated the ruling party's lead. The Liberal Democrats Party was in second place with 17% of the votes. Russia's Communist Party came third with 16% according to incomplete vote count. The Liberal opposition parties, according to the latest reports, appear to have failed to pass the 5% threshold needed for party list representation. German Chancellor Angela Merkel's Conservatives suffered their second electoral blow in 2 weeks, according to exit poll results, after Sunday's vote in the capital. The support for her Christian Democrats plunged to a post-reunification low in a Berlin state vote due to unease with her migrant policy. The anti-immigrant Alternative for Germany polled 11%, gaining from a popular backlash over Merkel's decision a year ago to keep borders open for refugees. Merkel's party polled 18%, down from 23% at the last elections in 2011, with the centre-left Social Democrats remaining the largest party on 23%. The setback to the CDU comes 2 weeks after they suffered heavy losses in an eastern state. A day after a Chelsea bomb explosion injured 29 people in New York City, investigation is underway to nab the perpetrators. Investigators on Sunday sifted through blast remnants, examined the video and scoured the scene of the explosion, attempting to establish if there were any links to international terror. They were to examine the remnants of a suspicious device found 4 blocks away and another device that exploded in New Jersey on Saturday to see if they were connected with each other. Security, meanwhile, has been beefed up in New York, with over 1,000 additional security personnel being deployed as the world leaders gather in the city for the United Nations General Assembly. On to sports news now. Spain have blanked India 5-0 in the Davis Cup World Group playoff in New Delhi. Sumit Nagal, making his Davis Cup debut, was defeated by Marc Lopez. The Spanish player got a double break in the first set to win 6-4. Sumit bounced back in the second set to draw level with a 6-1 win. Marc Lopez then went on to win the third set 6-3 in a match that lasted 2 hours. India's Ramkumar Ramanathan lost his batting in straight sets to world number 13 David Ferrer. Ferrer won the match 6-2, 6-2 in just a little over an hour. And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the news. Thanks for being with us.